Hello guys, it's Sam. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am going to be doing a video that I've been wanting to do for so long and I just haven't gotten around to filming it, but I've been making it for a very long time, probably like 6 months now. And that is a hot girls don't gatekeep type of video where I talk about all of my favorite skincare, all of my favorite makeup, literally every single product that I use, I'm going to talk about in this video. I have a long list on my phone, and when I say long, I mean literally so long, it's not even funny. And we're just gonna get right into this video because this video is already gonna be really long and I don't want to keep you guys waiting. So with that being said, the first thing we're going to talk about is skincare. As you guys know, I've always loved skincare, but I've recently been very cautious about what I've been putting on my face because I am someone who has very sensitive skin, and literally whenever I put any product that's new on my face that my skin was not used to in the past, I would break out and I had no idea why. So I am very cautious about what I put on my face, but I'm going to go through everything and just tell you guys what has worked for me. I just want to make a disclaimer that these are products I have used before, but I don't necessarily use all of them at the same time. I've just used them before in the past few years and I do like them. The only products I've not used before that I'm going to talk about are when I get to my tanning section, and the only reason why I haven't tried them is because I'm allergic to them, but the ones I am recommending I got from my friends and they all love them. So just wanted to make that little disclaimer really quick, and now let's start with skincare. The first thing I'm going to talk about is cream. So the first cream that I absolutely love is the CeraVe Moisturizer Cream. This cream is very affordable. It keeps my skin feeling very hydrated, and it honestly has never made me break out in a noticeable way. I have talked to some of my friends about it and they did say that they notice a little bit of a difference between their skin, but for me personally, it has always been a very good cream and it has never made me notice a breakout, and it also lasts throughout the whole entire day, which I think is a very good thing as well because I don't always have to reapply it. And then another cream I really like is the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream. I love this cream. I use this cream more when I'm putting on my makeup, like right before I put on my makeup, I'll put the Magic Cream underneath it. I love the packaging. The packaging is so pretty. It reminds me of this like gold aura. I don't know why. I think it's because of the lid of the packaging, but I literally love it so much. The one thing I will say about this cream is that it is a little bit of a thicker cream, and I did notice a little bit of a breakout in the beginning when I started using it, but now that I use it more consistently, I don't notice that breakout staying, if that makes sense. I think my skin just needed to get used to it. It is very hydrating and I would recommend it. That's all I have personally for cream. Now we're going to go on to SPF. As we know, this is a that girl, hot girl products you need for 2024, but since summer's coming up, it would be appropriate to include some SPF in here, so that's what we're gonna do. I'm not going to lie, I've been someone who has not been good with sunscreen in the past, and I really do regret that because I know that sunscreen is so important, not only for the sun, but also for aging of the skin and trying to avoid wrinkles and everything like that. So the number one sunscreen I have loved that I used last summer is the Super Goop Glow sunscreen. I personally get it in the shade Golden Hour, and I use the 40 SPF because I put it underneath my makeup, which also has some sunscreen in the product as well. Personally, I think it is the perfect glow. Whenever I wore it, I just felt like my skin was glowing, but I also felt really good about my skin because I knew it was protected from the sun. And on top of that, I think it has the perfect texture to it. I never got that sticky feeling, which is something I didn't really like about sunscreen when I put it on my body. I also think that this is the perfect coverage for like going to the beach or having a pool day or a boat day when I necessarily don't want to wear makeup. I do think that it is perfect because it gives me that shimmer and that glow without having to put any product on my face, if that makes sense, other than the sunscreen, if I wanted to have it that way. Another sunscreen that I do like that I've used a few times is the Drunk Elephant SPF. The only thing I will say about this is that I did notice a little bit more of a breakout, but again, it's that same thing. My skin got used to it and then that breakout did go away. I'm not necessarily sure why my skin does that. It's just really sensitive, but it's something that I've grown to accept, and I just know that whenever I use a new product on my skin, I'm probably going to break out, but that it will go away once my skin gets used to it. The thing I like about this sunscreen is that it's more of a tinted sunscreen, so it does give that glowy, shimmery look, which I personally love, especially for the summer. Next category we're going to talk about is cleansers. I've never been a big cleanser person, but recently I've been trying out a few and I absolutely love them. I'm gonna tell you guys the absolute truth. I have been a person who has used Dove Sensitive Skin, the bar soap, for so many years, it's not even funny. That was what I put on my face, and I still do because it is what works for my skin, but I do use more products on top of it now, and that's what we're gonna talk about. So the first thing that I've tried that I actually got in a PR package is the Tatcha Rice Wash Cleanser. Oh my gosh, when I tell you guys I tried this, I was very hesitant about about it, but I tried it because it was sent to me, which I am so thankful for, and I can't even believe that's something that I get to say. So I just want to say right now, thank you from the bottom of my heart to all of you. But when I got it, I was like, you know what? This is a sign. Let me try it. I tried it, and oh my god, I love this product so much. It's honestly one of my favorite cleansers. I just feel like it really hydrates my skin. I feel so refreshed after, and it just gives my skin the perfect balance, if that makes sense, and I really love it. So that would be the first one I recommend. Another one I really like is the Cetaphil Gentle Cleanser. Again, like I said, I don't think I could say this enough in this video, but I have very sensitive skin, and I feel like this cleanser was very light on my skin, perfect, and honestly didn't make me break out, that I noticed at least, at all. I personally have very oily skin, but I also then sometimes have very dry skin because of my acne medication that I use, so it kind of depends on when I'm using the cleanser. So for this cleanser, I will only use it at night after having my makeup off and everything like that, because that's what works best for my skin, and it does an amazing job just like that. Another cleanser I really like is the CeraVe Hydrating Cleanser. Like I said, kind of like the Rice Wash one. It is so nice, so hydrating, and I just feel so clean after putting it on my face, if that makes sense. And then the last thing I want to talk about is kind of what I use to remove my makeup. It is called the Clinique Take Off the Day Cleansing Balm. I love this cleansing balm. It kind of like melts my makeup off. Literally, I put it on my face and I feel like my makeup just melts off my skin. I kind of did this in a backwards way, which I don't know why I did that, so I apologize about that, but obviously I do that first, and then I go into my cleansers, and then I will finish using my Dove Sensitive Skin soap bar before I go to bed and when I wake up in the morning. Now I'm going to talk about some products that have helped really clear up my skin, which I really love. The number one thing that I think did that was my acne medication, which I did get from my doctor, so I'm not really going to talk about it on here because it's not something that you can just get. But other products that I've used leading up to that and still to this day to actually keep my skin clear and keep my skin hydrated, because I've noticed that hydration is a very big factor in at least how my skin reacts to acne, is when I use hyaluronic acid. I love this stuff, and I was hesitant again to try it because I heard so many good things about it, but I also thought, what if it doesn't work for my skin? And the number one thing that I've realized is you're not going to know unless you try it. I'm so happy that I did try it. One of the best products that I like that has hyaluronic acid in it is The Ordinary. I love this stuff. It literally makes my skin feel so hydrated, so refreshed, so clean, to the point that it's not even funny. And I also like it because I know hyaluronic acid also does help with avoiding wrinkles in the future. The one thing I will say is I only put this on my skin when my face is fresh out of the shower, after I use my Dove Sensitive Skin cleansing soap, and then I'll let my face air dry for a little bit and then I'll put it on my skin. I'm not saying you have to do that. I'm just saying that's what works for me, and that's the only time I've ever put it on my face, and I have seen such good results from doing that, and I swear by this product. I love it. And on top of all of those benefits, it's also very affordable, and it gives me the perfect glow. My skin always looks so glowy and shiny after using it, and I think it's good for the summer as well. Now we're going to talk about eye care. If you know me, you know I love eye care. I'm obsessed with it. And the number one thing I love about eye care is an ice roller. I love the jade roller, face roller, gouaches, everything like that. I love when they're cold, and I love the benefits it does for my skin. I like putting this ice roller in the freezer before I go to bed, or in the fridge, and I take it out in the morning, and it really depuffs my under eyes. I literally just keep rolling it on my face, and it just kind of wakes me up. I feel like it de-bloats my under eyes, especially if I didn't sleep well that night, and I honestly love it so much. I do it most mornings, and I did see a very noticeable difference when I started implementing this into my routine, and I would definitely recommend it. The next thing is eye gel patches. I love doing these after the shower. I don't have a specific brand because I literally change them all the time, but I do really like the cold feeling under your eye. It's so nice. The next thing I love is the Tatcha Silk Eye Cream. I also got this in a PR package, and it came in like a mini set of 3, and I tried this and it worked wonders right away. I was mind blown. I literally did not know what was going on. My skin felt so hydrated and also like so depuffed. I was so happy with the results, and I think this is actually one of my favorite eye creams. It's really good for moisture. I feel like when I put it on, the moisture kind of just got stuck in the creases of my under eyes, and it kind of just made them stronger. It strengthened my skin, and they just looked so nice after I used it. I guess what I'm trying to say is it was almost like it sealed into my skin. And then with that, another one of the eye creams that I love is the Clinique Pep Start Eye Cream. It feels like it wakes me up the second I put it on my face. It feels like it brightens my face, and it also has vitamin C in it, which does help brighten the face, and it also has really good benefits for your skin. And it's very cooling to the point where I just feel so refreshed. Now we're going to talk about lip care. I love lip care. I'm not gonna lie, I've always been very bad at lip care, but recently I have been a lot better at it, and that's all thanks to my mom, because she always says to me, Sam, fix your lips. Why do they look like that? And she's 100% right. So the first product I like is the Laneige lip mask. I am obsessed with this stuff. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I am allergic to it. I tried it once and I had a horrible allergic reaction, so I actually can't use it, but I love it. I love the benefits that it did. My lips felt so moisturized and so nice, the fact that I would love to use it again, so I'm looking for an alternative, but I'm highly allergic to it, so I can't use it. But I accidentally used it once, not knowing I was allergic to it, and I'm obsessed with it, so that's why I'm recommending it. And I'm just leaving that in here because it is a product I would recommend if I wasn't allergic to it, so we're gonna leave it at that. But I do really like it, and I do like the little tint that it has to it as well. But another product that I like to use is the Summer Fridays lip balm. I love the vanilla one. It smells so good, and it also is just that perfect glowy nice lip gloss. It also hydrates my lips and makes them look very clean and not chapped, and I love it. And then another product that I use, I actually use this to go over my lipstick or over my chapstick before going to bed, is the Glossier Clear Gloss. I am obsessed with this stuff. I use it all the time. I literally sleep with it because that's how much I love it. It gives the perfect shine, and it's also very clear. So let's say you use this little Tarte lip plump and then you put it over, it is the perfect matte to shiny look. Now we're gonna talk hair care. Oh my gosh, I am so sorry this video is going to be so long because I have so many products to talk about. First things first, we're going to talk about shampoo. My hair was rapidly falling out for about, I want to say 3 to 5 months, and it was very confusing. And there's only 2 shampoos that really helped me notice my hair start to get back to the way it was. And the number one that I want to talk about is the Olaplex shampoo and conditioner. This is a bonding shampoo and conditioner. It is on the pricier side, but I feel like for me it was worth it because I did notice a difference in my hair strength, repairing my hair, and hydrating my hair. I would highly recommend it. And on top of that, I also sometimes use the biotin shampoo, which I don't know the full name, but I'll put it on the screen because I literally use that all the time. And that is another one with the conditioner that has really helped my hair as well. Got it so much stronger, repaired it so well, and I just feel like it's healthier overall between those 2 products. So I try to stay in between those 2 shampoos. The biotin one is a little bit more affordable and the Olaplex one is on the expensive side, but I do think it was worth it, at least for me, because my hair was rapidly falling out and it is such a good product and it does last me a long time. Next, I want to talk about hair oil. I am going to try to pronounce this, but I'm going to say it wrong, so please don't come at me. I think it's Gazoo hair oil. I might be completely wrong, but I don't know how to pronounce it, but it is so good. It has done wonders for my hair as well. I think everything I'm about to say has really helped my hair become very healthy, and I think it was a mix between all of these products combined, if that makes sense. My hair got immediately softer after using this oil, and I feel like it is something that I will never look back on and will always continue to get because of the differences I've seen in my hair since using it. Going right along with that, I also love the Amika Soul Food Nourishing Hair Mask. Again, I feel like all of these played a factor, and I didn't use this all the time because I know that hair masks can be not the best for your hair if you use them all the time, but I will say that this one hydrated my hair so well to the fact where I was just like, wow. And when I started implementing all of these little steps into my hair routine, that's when I started noticing a difference when I was using all of them. Another product for hair that I love is the Gazoo leave-in conditioner. This stuff smells so good. I love that leave-in conditioner, and I also love Miracle 10 leave-in conditioner. First of all, these 2 products are amazing. They smell so good, and they're my number 2 leave-in conditioners. I use them every single day when I get out of the shower because my hair, even after using conditioner, is just so knotted to the point where I need a leave-in conditioner, and I switch between these 2. They never dry out my hair. They have a very nice smell to them, and they really do work wonders. Going along with the smell and just feeling refreshed after a shower and putting a nice little product in your hair, I love the Gazoo Honey Infused Hair Perfume. Oh my gosh, this stuff smells so good. I will say that it's very strong, so 1 or 2 sprays for me does go a long way. The packaging is beautiful. It's like this pink little cap with this honey colored product with glass around it, and it's just so beautiful. I love it, and it smells so good. I'm obsessed with it. It reminds me of like a floral honey smell, if that makes sense. If you have it, I hope you know what I mean, because I'm not matching the smell exactly. It just smells so good, I promise. Next, I have rosemary oil. I was very scared to use this because I didn't want to put too much product on my hair at the same time, but I do think this really helped with growing my hair and also strengthening my hair. Next, I want to talk about the Amazon wax stick for slicking back your hair. I feel like I can't go on with this video without talking about that. I work a corporate job, and this has been my #1 hairstyle going into the office when my hair is dirty. I love doing slick backs, and this wax stick from Amazon does the best job, and my hair never falls out, so I would definitely recommend that. I have 2 more things for hair, so I feel like this would not be a hair video if I didn't mention a brush. I love the Tangle Teaser brush. I know a lot of people like the wet brush, but for me personally, it rips all my hair out. The Tangle Teaser is very light on my hair, and I really don't have a lot of hair breakage when I use that brush. My camera ran out of storage, what a surprise. But what I was saying is hydration is key is what I've realized, and at least for my body, that's what works for me, and keeping everything very hydrated is the best thing that I was able to find out about my body. And once I did that, I did see a lot of good changes. Next things next, we're gonna talk about perfume. I have 3 perfumes that I love. So the first one that I love is the Sol de Janeiro After Midnight's perfume, or is it After Night? I don't know exactly what it's called. I'm gonna have a picture on the screen. I love this stuff. Again, I will say that the bottle lasts a very long time. This is a limited edition. I can't find it anywhere, but it is something I wanted to include in this video because I'm that obsessed with it. It smells so good, and I've had it, I wanna say, since the second it came out until now, and my bottle isn't even half empty, so it does go a long way. I do really love it, and it is long lasting, and the smell stays on for so long. I'm obsessed with it. But since that isn't out anymore, another one I really like is the Sol de Janeiro 40 perfume. I love this. Also, the packaging reminds me perfectly of summer. It's this light pink packaging, and it smells so good, and again, is very long lasting. And then another one I love that I always talk about is the YSL Black Opium perfume. This stuff smells so good. It is a little bit more expensive, but I always get compliments about it, and I love it. Now we're gonna talk about tanning. Again, this is the category that I said I personally have never tried, again, because I am allergic, but I did get some products from my friends that they love, and I trust them, so I'm going to talk about them because I've also seen them all over TikTok as well. First one is Loving Tan, and then the other one is called Filter by Molly May Tanning Drops for Face and Body. I'm not going to talk about them much because I haven't personally used them myself, but those are recommendations that I've seen on TikTok and also from friends and family of my own. We are finally going to get into makeup. I feel like I've been talking for so long and I didn't even get into makeup yet. First category is primer. First primer I'm going to talk about is the Refi Glow and Sculpt Primer. This is a roll-on primer. It is so cooling to me. Whenever I put it on my face, I honestly just feel like my face is like cooled off and ready to have a new product put on it. It is so nice, so lovely. And I also love the applicator. I love when products are able to like roll on my face. I don't know why, but I really love it. Another primer I really like is called the Hourglass Serum Primer. I don't use this one that often. If I had to choose one or the other, I do like the Refi one better, but I have used this one before, and it does do a good job at keeping my makeup in place. And then the next thing I have in here, which isn't really a primer, but I put it in here because it's something I would put on before my foundation, is the Drunk Elephant Debronzy Drops. I am going to be 100% honest with you guys. Whenever I use these, I break out, but I do love the glow that it gives me, and I know that it's also because I have very sensitive skin. I don't necessarily use this all the time because of the breakouts that I get from it, but I do love the product, and I do love the glow and the shimmer that it leaves on my face, so that's why I'm even saying that in this video to begin with. But at the same time, I am telling you guys the 100% truth, and it does make me break out. We're moving on to foundation. The foundation I wear all the time, without a doubt, is the Laura Mercier Ultra Longwear Fusion Foundation. I love this stuff. This is one of my favorite foundations that I've ever tried. I've tried so many of them, and it's not really the fact that I don't like them. This one is just my favorite by far. It does such a good job at keeping my makeup in place, and I feel like whenever I start sweating, I don't see my foundation start to crease, which is something that I really like about the product. It is a little bit more expensive, but the bottle is very big, and it does last me about 7 months, almost to a year, depending on how much of the foundation that I use, but I do really like it. I would recommend it based off of any foundation I've tried. That is by far my favorite. However, if I don't want to use a foundation and I want to do more of a skin tint, I have 2 that I really like. I love the Beauty Blender Skin Tint. That does such a good job. I feel like it's the perfect coverage for a summer boat day, or just like a very light coverage type of day and mood that I might be in. That does such a good job at doing the perfect type of coverage that I'm looking for. And then another one that I really like is called the Summer Friday Skin Tint. Also, if I'm looking down a lot, it's because I'm saying so many products and I don't want to mess up any of the names. This one is really good for summertime in my opinion as well. It has such light coverage, but it also has the perfect shine and the perfect glow, and that is why I love it the most for summertime. And I think it's because it's such a lightweight product, but it also has that shiny feeling that I'm looking for in the summer. We're gonna move on to concealer now. So the first concealer that I use all the time is the NARS Creamy Radiant Concealer. This stuff does such a good job at not creasing under my eyes, and I think that's why I love it so much, because I never find it creasing, at least that badly compared to other ones that I've used. I love it. It does a perfect job at covering my under eyes, and it also does a really good job at covering some blemishes when I do want to cover them. Not that I have to, but sometimes it just makes me feel better, and it does a very good job at covering everything, so I do really like that. And then another one that I feel like I have to put on here is the Tarte concealer, and I do really like that. This one, in my opinion, is more of a thicker concealer, so when I'm going for more of a light coverage, I like to use the NARS one, but I still do really like the Tarte Shape Tape concealer as well. We're going on to blush, which I feel like is a must for the summertime, because when I don't wear foundation in the summer, what I like to do is just put blush and then sunscreen, and I really love it. So the first one I'm going to talk about is the Rare Beauty Liquid Blush. I love this stuff. I swear by it. I use it all the time. I really like how matte it is, because I don't always like things to be shiny, especially if I'm doing shiny on top of shiny, and I really love how beautiful it does look when I put it on my skin. I feel like this blush in particular is very long lasting and also very pigmented, so I would say that a little bit of it does go a long way, but again, it gives that perfect summer glow. And then another thing I wanted to say is that Rare Beauty also has a melting blush. I've only tried this a few times, but the blush is so pigmented and it like melts into your skin, which I think is so cool, and it gives a super beautiful look as well. And then the last one I wanted to talk about for blush is the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Matte Blush Wand. I personally love the shade Dream Pop. It's actually the only one out of the blush that I've tried from Charlotte Tilbury. I think it's so pretty, especially for summer, and I love how pink it is, but also how natural it is at the same time. That's not going to make sense because it's not natural at all, but I feel like it gives a very natural sun-kissed type of look when I put it on my skin, and I really like it. I feel like it's perfect for the summer, and it's also very shimmery. Now we're going to move on to contour. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is the Rare Beauty Contour Stick. I use the shade, I believe it's called Always Sunny, and I love it because it makes my skin look very shimmery, but it's also very smooth and it blends into my skin very easy. I feel like I just have to lightly blend it in and it goes in very easy, whereas other ones I have had to like push it into my skin. And I also really like how I've had my Rare Beauty contour for so long and I've never needed to get another one. It's very long lasting and I love that. Another contour that I love is the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Wand. I love this. The one thing I will say is that mine tends to melt a lot whenever it's in a not cool environment. It does melt and like kind of get all over the place. That's the one thing I will say about it, but I feel like it's worth it because it's more of a liquid contour. It does blend very nice into my skin and it does do a beautiful job at giving that nice glowy shimmer look. Now we're gonna go on to bronzers. So for bronzers, I have a few. So the first one that I love is the Charlotte Tilbury bronzer. This gives a very nice sheer look, which I love. And it also comes in a cream powder, which I really like because it's just easy like to apply onto the skin. Another one I like is the Benefit Hoola bronzer. Personally, I use this more in the summertime. Again, gives that perfect shiny look and it's very soft and very sheer at the same time. And then I also love the Hourglass Lightning bronzer. This one is so pretty. It kind of just depends on the vibe that you're going for. They're all really good products. It just depends on what you love, and I have all of them because I use them all on different occasions for what I'm trying to achieve that day. We are moving on to powder. I'm trying to talk really fast now because I feel like this video is going to be way too long and I'm really sorry about that, but these are truthfully all the products that I use, from skincare to makeup to hair to eye to everything. So for powder, I use the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. This makes my concealer not crease. I love this powder so much, and it also does a good job at keeping my skin not getting oily throughout the day. I feel like it stays on my skin 24/7, which is what I like. Another one that I really like is the MAC Foundation Powder. I love this stuff. I have been using it for so long. I want to say since my formal, and again, it's very long lasting. It is more of a thicker powder because it is the foundation powder, but I do like it and I still do put it over all of my products. Now we're going to talk about eyeshadow. We're finally getting into the eyes. So I use two eyeshadow palettes. So when I'm going for more of a natural look, I use the Tartelette eyeshadow palette. And then when I want more of like a summery look or like a little bit of an orange, I use the Too Faced Sweet Peach eyeshadow palette. My boyfriend's mom actually got me this a few years ago and I'm obsessed with it. It lasts very long. I never got another one other than the one that I have, and I want to say I had it since last Christmas and I'm obsessed with it. Personally, since I have green eyes, I like to use oranges on my eyes because orange makes the green pop. We are moving on to eyeliner. I don't wear eyeliner that much anymore, but when I do, I use a very affordable one. It's literally, I believe, $3, and it lasts a very long time and dries very fast. And it is just the e.l.f. Expert Liquid Eyeliner. I get it from CVS, Walgreens. I think Sephora and Ulta do have it, but you can literally get it anywhere, and I do really like it. Now we're gonna talk about mascara. So for mascara, I love the Too Faced mascara. This one I really like using for volume. I feel like it does a really good job at keeping my eyelashes looking very full. And then I also like using the Hourglass Extreme Lash Mascara. This is another one that I like for volume as well. I feel like using them on top of each other does the perfect job. But on top of that, I also use the Rare Beauty Mascara. That one I just use by itself because I think that it does a really good job at lengthening and giving my eyelashes volume. But on top of that, I also love the L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara. That one personally hurts my eyelashes, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if I'm just putting it on wrong, but it does make my eyes tear, but it does wonders at the length of my eyelashes. Oh my gosh, they always look so long, so I feel like it's worth it. But when I am using the Too Faced mascara with the Hourglass one, I also like to use the Benefit Roller Lash Volume Mascara because it adds more volume, but it also adds a lot of length to my eyes, and I feel like it's just the perfect look. So I do have a lot of mascaras that I like to use, and I like to use a lot of them together, but for me, that's what works. We're gonna go on to eyebrows. So I have a few eyebrow products that I like to use. The first one is the Refi Brow Sculpt, and this one basically just does a good job at holding my eyebrows in place, but they also have a tinted one, and this one does the same exact thing in my opinion, but it just has a tinted color to it. And then another one that I have been using for so long is the Boy Brow Eyebrow Brush by Glossier. It's amazing, I'm obsessed with it, and I get it to match my eyebrows, and it always does a good job at lasting. The last thing I'm going to talk about is lip gloss and lipstick. So for me personally, I love the YSL Love Shine Lip Oil. That stuff is so good and lasts so long. It's also such pretty packaging and such pretty colors. Another one I love is the Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat, which is amazing. I love it. It looks so good. And I also love the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk lipsticks. I feel like they have so many cute colors, so many good lip liners, and I feel like they match very well, which is another thing I love. And the last thing I'm going to talk about is this one right here, which I actually have in the car, and this is the Tarte Juicy Lip Plump. I love this stuff. I use it all the time, and it does, again, perfect job at plumping my lips, but also keeping them very moisturized and very pretty. With a little gloss on top, it just looks perfect in my opinion. So with that being said, I just talked for literally like an hour, and I'm going to try to edit this the best that I can. I love all of these products so much, and I do use them, and I truthfully would recommend them. I would say I'll try to link all of them down below, but I think my description box would literally be so long. So let me know what you guys would like me to link down below. I will try to link as many as I can find, and if I forget any and you guys are wondering where they are from, please just let me know. If you stayed up until this point in the video, genuinely thank you so much. I love you with everything in me, and even if you didn't stay up until this point of the video, still thank you for being here. I love you so much, and nothing goes unnoticed, and I have some exciting things coming for you guys really soon. With that being said, I'm going to end out the video because I feel like I just talked about products for so long. I tried to speed it up at the end, but I don't even know if I did a good job because I was rushing. If you stayed up until this point of the video, comment a lipstick emoji down below. Thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you really soon in my next video. Bye.